Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be going over MLB free agency day one, and you really didn't miss anything. It was not that active in free agency, and this is no surprise. This happens every year, mainly, or at least for the last 3 seasons. I just want to go before I go over what happened today, which there were no actual signings, but you did have some things to lead up to free agency beginning. Today was the first day of free agency. Players were eligible to sign with other teams. Here's what happened last year. There was only one signing, but here's all, and I remember this because I did a free agency day one recap last year on my YouTube channel. Last year, here's everything that happened. Ji-Man Choi, first baseman, was traded to the Pirates. The Padres re-signed Robert Suarez to a 5-year, $46 million deal. And this was not an official deal yet. The Dodgers nearing a 1-year deal with Clayton Kershaw. And ultimately, Clayton Kershaw signed a 1-year, $20 million deal. But we didn't know that then. It wasn't until the next day, day 2 of free agency, where Clayton Kershaw officially signed his new deal. I don't think it will get any better tomorrow. I'm going to say we finally see some free agency signings happen. I'm going to say you see about 2 to 4 guys get signed tomorrow. I don't think it will be big, but I think some things today that happened in the MLB world are shaking up to signings happen. You had 7 players receive qualifying offers. You had more players get declined of their team options. And also another thing is, I thought that another thing that could help players getting signed is now some of these manager vacancies have been filled. The Guardians, and here's starting the recap. The Guardians hired Stephen Voigt as their next manager. The Mets hired Carlos Mendoza, and the Cubs hired Craig Counsell, the former Brewers manager. The Mets, who hired Carlos Mendoza, was the bench coach for the Yankees, and Stephen Voigt had a 10-year career mainly with the Oakland Athletics, and last year in the MLB was 2022 with the Athletics, and he went to the Mariners to be a bullpen coach, a bullpen and quality coach, and now he's a manager. So I think the Mets and the Cubs, 2 teams were expected to be very active in free agency. Now that players that maybe want to go to New York or maybe go to Chicago, now, okay, this is going to be the guy that's managing me. Like teams like I think right now, when you got teams like the Astros, the Angels, the Padres, and before today, the Guardians, the Cubs, and the Mets, who are without managers, I think it's going to be hard to find players who want to join their team, not knowing who's going to be their manager, if that makes sense. But now I think teams, I don't know how active the Guardians will be in free agency. I don't think much at all. But the Mets and the Cubs, who are expected to be very active in free agency, now knowing who their new players potentially going to those teams, now knowing where, who might be coaching them or who might be managing them, might help them make a decision. All right, speaking of the Mets, another move that happened today, the Mets claimed infielder Zach Short from the Tigers. I don't know too much about him. The Phillies traded for right-handed pitcher Michael Machado in a trade with the Rays in exchange for right-handed pitcher Adam Levert with cash considerations. This was the first of a couple trades the Rays made today. 7 players received qualifying offers: Shohei Ohtani, Cody Bellinger, Matt Chapman, Sonny Gray, Josh Hader, Aaron Nola, Blake Snell. And then the Seattle Mariners trade for Blake Hunt, who is the 28th best prospect on the Tampa Bay Rays. And not only was he the 28th best prospect, but he's going to be in play to be the backup catcher for the Seattle Mariners, with Tom Murphy being a free agent, Cal Riley being their starter. They need a backup catcher. He's expected to make his major league debut in 2024. He was in Double-A last year with the Rays. He looks really good. I think he probably will win the backup job at catcher for the Mariners. He was already added to the 40-man roster in exchange for Tatum Levens, who was a 6th-round pick in 2022 with the Mariners. And I think that it's a solid move for the Rays. I think this trade, I think the Rays lost. I think the other trade with the Phillies, I think they won. So because they're getting cash considerations and they're getting a right-handed pitcher in Alan Levert. So I think they won the first trade with the Phillies, but I think they lost the second trade with the Mariners. But these trades don't really matter that much. But I think Blake Hunt could turn into a decent player for the Mariners. Give me your thoughts on day one of free agency. Day one of free agency where you actually didn't see anything happen. But like I said, it was the same thing last season. Last offseason and day one of free agency. So not surprised here. That's the video. Because enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. And hopefully things heat up back tomorrow. That's it for the video. Because enjoyed. And peace out.